Hey, it's Gabe with API Nation. Today I'm going to show you how you can sync Mailchimp to Outlook so you can automatically add contacts to Mailchimp newsletter audiences without leaving Outlook, and all the contacts you have on your audience can also be synced back into Outlook. These syncs are super easy to set up. By syncing these apps together, you can create an instant email audience and start emailing out newsletters to build your personal brand. There's no more imports or exports. Contacts are synced automatically. It creates a live backup of your Mailchimp audience. That way, all those emails you've spent so much time gathering, all those leads, are always safe and easy to access. Instead of emailing hundreds of your contacts using your personal email and then ending up in the spam folder from now on, you can sync those contacts into Mailchimp, send a beautiful email, and your emails will end up in the inbox, not the spam folder, because of Mailchimp's industry-leading deliverability rate. But maybe you only want to send an email to a single subscriber. Through Mailchimp, that's a little tough. But if you're syncing your contacts back and forth, your contact from Mailchimp you want to reach out and email will also automatically be in your personal email address book. You can just fire up your email app and send that message. So to set this up, the first thing we're going to do is go to apination.com. And here at apination.com, the first thing we're going to do is click Discover Connections. You're going to see a ton of CRM, productivity apps, and marketing tools here. I'm going to scroll on down to Mailchimp and see the automations and syncs available there. Click on Mailchimp, and these are all the syncs available to sync with Mailchimp. And today we're syncing Mailchimp to Outlook, so I'm going to scroll on down here until I get to Outlook. There it is. I'm going to click on that. And you can see we have two syncs available. I can send Mailchimp Audience to Outlook, and I can also send Outlook contacts into my Mailchimp audience. So I'm going to activate that one first. Click Activate. And to connect Outlook, the first thing I'm going to do is confirm I'm not currently using any other platforms to sync these two apps. If I am, I could end up creating duplicates, but it's pretty unusual that you are if you're looking to set this up. So I'm going to click the button to connect Outlook. It's just going to take me out to Microsoft where I can sign in. All right, so I've connected Outlook. Now I'm just going to connect my Mailchimp account. I can click Connect Mailchimp, and it's asking me to name this connection. So I can use my company name, I can use my name, and the API key from Mailchimp. So I'm going to put my company name here first, and then I'm going to go out to Mailchimp to get that API key. So here in Mailchimp, to find that API key, I'm going to come on down here to the account bubble, click on that, click on account, go over here to extras and API keys. Then you can scroll down here. I'm going to create a key for my new API Nation connection. So there it is. I can label it API Nation, and then I'm just going to highlight it, hit Control C, and then we'll go back to API Nation and paste it in. Right now that we have that API key, I'm just going to hit Control V or Command V to paste it in here. Hit Connect. There we go. We're on the final step of this sync. A few configuration options here. I can choose to send over a single folder full of contacts. That way, as I add contacts to Outlook, I can just tag them into a folder and know that that folder is going to get synced into Mailchimp. If instead you'd just like to send all those Outlook contacts to Mailchimp, just leave this set to default. This box is checked that says sync all contacts on first run. That means it's going to sync all the contacts from the above folder or selection into Mailchimp. If instead you would only like to sync contacts that are added starting today, just uncheck the box. Most people want as many contacts added to Mailchimp so they can really build out this newsletter as soon as possible. So we're going to check that box. And then you're going to specify which audience in Mailchimp you're going to sync it to. You can come down here to the mapping, and we do most of this for you. First name, last name, email, notes, and birthday. They're all getting synced into Mailchimp. If there's anything else from Outlook you want synced to a field in Mailchimp, just click it on the left-hand side, mobile phone, and then click it on the right-hand side, and it's going to sync it up. That's it. I'm going to hit Activate Sync. All right, so that's up and running. Now, anytime I add a contact to my Outlook contact book, it's going to automatically sync it into that audience in Mailchimp. It's going to build out that newsletter audience, easy peasy. Now let's set up the partner sync, going from Mailchimp back to Outlook. So I'm going to click on the Outlook bubble here at the top. That's going to take me out to the Outlook syncs. Then come on down here to Mailchimp. And again, we're looking at the 2 syncs available. You can click on here and see that we currently have that active sync. We just set it up. Outlook going into Mailchimp. This time we're doing Mailchimp going into Outlook. So I'm going to activate that sync. And because we've already connected both of these apps, this is just ready to go. Again, a few configuration options here. Which audience do I want synced into Outlook? Do I want to send all the current audience members into Outlook? And if I check that box, it will send all those current audience members into Outlook. Uncheck the box, and it's only going to send contact members added today going forward. I can label them as those audience members get added to Outlook if I'd like. And then there's also this option, if I check this box, it will not overwrite information in Outlook. So if you have a lot of contact information in Outlook and you don't want the Mailchimp stuff overwriting it, be sure to check that box. If you don't have that much going on in Outlook and you want to get Mailchimp to really get that Outlook contact book a head start, just leave that box unchecked. It'll override everything. Mailchimp is just going to dump all that information into Outlook. Come on down here and look at the mapping. Email, birthday, first name, last name, notes. These are all getting synced. That is great. I can once again add phone. And I'm going to go up to the top and activate this sync. So now all those Mailchimp audience members are also getting synced into Outlook. That way, if I ever need to send an email to just one of those audience members, instead of creating a whole campaign in Mailchimp, I can just pop open Outlook, fire off that email. It's a lot easier. So if I click on My Syncs, I can see I now have those 2 syncs up and running. I have a 2-way sync from Mailchimp to Outlook. So that's it. That's how you sync Mailchimp to Outlook. It's an easy way to build out that Mailchimp audience using your Outlook contacts you already have. It creates a live backup of all those Mailchimp audience members in your Outlook account if you need them. And you can quickly email any of those audience members using your Outlook account instead of creating a whole campaign to target one single member. If you have any questions, ideas, or need any guidance setting this up, just shoot us an email. Give us a phone call. We're API Nation, connecting the world's applications. We love doing this stuff.